What do you make of, there was, I think, 35,000, now 25,000. Obviously, it's a sign of the times we're in. What do you make of the attendance and all that sort of that goes along with it?
Oh, it is what it is, isn't it? We live in these unusual times, and we just have to adjust and adapt. As a society, that's what we're doing, and we just have to crack on, and we're hoping for a great crowd and see as many of our supporters here supporting the team as possible. But look, it is what it is, and we just go with it.
It is one of the most important matches, as you've mentioned, for you guys. You have struggled a little bit in recent times. How important is it for you and your fans that you can turn this around?
Oh, we go out to play to win each and every game, and I know we haven't performed as well as we'd like. That's a fact. That's why we're sitting where we are on the ladder. We know we've got improvements to make, but certainly there are some good things that we're doing. I mean, our first 10 overs with the bat, I mean, we're actually leading the competition statistically, so we're performing really well in that part. Our second half of our batting, overs 11 to 20, we haven't been quite so good. So we've identified that area as something that we can improve. Our last two games, we've actually shown signs of improvement in that area. And then when it comes to our bowling and in the field, we just need to make sure we're continually taking those opportunities that the bowlers present to us. And we need, hopefully we can impact with the ball a bit more than we have, because while we've been good in patches, we've just probably let ourselves down a little bit as well at times. So just a couple of areas to sharpen up. We're so close, but we're really confident that we can put our best foot forward tomorrow night.
Those areas where there are room for improvement and you have made some issues, what do you put that down to for the reasons there that you haven't been?
Well, certainly from the batting point of view, the second half of our innings, we've lost wickets in clumps, so it's never ideal. You never want to lose a wicket, but we've seen to lose one and two in quick succession, and then it just puts you back in the innings. So we've identified that as something that hopefully we can address and be better at going forward. And then it just comes down to being really clear with our bowling plans and importantly, just nailing our skills. That's the absolute key. And while, as I said, we've done it well in patches, we just need to improve that slightly. So there are a couple of areas that we've identified that we can improve on.
How do you make sure that someone like Ben McDermott doesn't get off the leash and scores another ton? Have you talked about your bowling plans in terms of that when someone does get a run on, does start making a lot of runs, that you try and peg them back? Yeah,
I think that specific game against Hobart, look, Ben McDermott played one of the great knocks in BBL, there's no doubt about that. But there's always lessons we can learn, and I think one thing we spoke about in our meeting was learning from how Hobart bowled down in Tassie, and we probably didn't adjust quickly enough and adapt and learn the lessons from their bowling effort. They bowled really well on their home ground. One thing we do really well is bowl well here at Adelaide Oval, and so we're certainly looking forward to doing that tomorrow night.
1 from 30, I think Rash was the last match. He loves his deck, as you said.
He certainly does.
Do you think he'll be able to turn it on and really impress?
Yeah, we're on the same surface that we played the Brisbane Heat on, so it's a used pitch. So hopefully Rash can have an impact. Our spin options, we're very fortunate. We've got a number of spin options. We've got a number of seam options. So we'll get here tomorrow. We'll have a final look at the surface and make a call on what our best bowling attack will look like tomorrow. But look, whoever gets that opportunity, we just have to get our skills right, nail that execution, so to speak.
Is there any injuries at the moment?
No injuries to the team that's been playing. Spencer Johnson, left arm quick. He's just got a little bit of a sore foot at the moment, so he's just getting treatment and looking after that. Probably not bowling much at the moment, but hopefully he can be fit and firing sooner rather than later.
Just one last question, just changing tact a little bit. As a fellow Indigenous Test player,
yep.
What do you make of Scotty Boland's debut?
Well, I can't tell you how proud I am of Scott, how he went about that. To get figures of 6 for 7 is pretty extraordinary and pretty surreal, particularly on debut. Just a wonderful achievement. But that achievement hasn't come out of the blue. Scott has performed really well for Victoria over many years, toiled away, worked really hard and performed well for his state, and he thoroughly deserved that opportunity. And it's fair to say he grabbed it with both hands, but certainly the Aboriginal community, Indigenous community is incredibly proud of what Scott achieved, and yeah, that's going to go down in Test folklore, isn't it? 6 for 7 on debut. Big contribution to winning the Ashes for Australia and retaining the Ashes, and also winning the Johnny Muller medal, which I know Scott. It's a huge honour for him to receive that in his first Test match as well. So it's not a bad effort.
I know you're not a selector, but do you think he's done enough to get a spot in Sydney?
I'm glad I'm not a selector. That is a real tricky one. You've got some of the greats that have ever played for Australian cricket, or if they're fit and available. We don't know whether Josh Hazlewood's fit and available. The only thing I can think of is that the selectors might go, you know what, the Ashes have been won. Let's be a bit conservative with Josh. He's got a side niggle. I don't know. I'm not a medical expert, but in my experiences, they take a little while to heal. But look, it's up to the selectors, I suppose. But if Josh Hazlewood was fit and firing, I mean, geez, he's one of the first names on the team sheet. He's a wonderful bowler. It'd be pretty tough on Scott, but I think what that highlights is just the depth that we've got in fast bowling in Australia. We've got Jai Richardson as well, who we didn't even mention. Got 5 for here at Adelaide Oval, bowled beautifully. Michael Nessa bowled beautifully here as well. So, yeah, an embarrassment of riches for our fast bowling stocks, and yeah, if Scotty misses out, it would be desperately unlucky, but unfortunately it's a professional sport, and as I said, I would not want to be a selector for those decisions, because they're pretty tough ones.
Thank you. Best of luck.